Coming up, diving into tradition with this Portuguese water dog. Getting down and dirty at the rodeo with this Australian shepherd. And this sleuth sniffs out evidence at a police lineup. Nikki is a Portuguese water dog. Working in water is in her genes. Portuguese water dogs worked on fishing boats for centuries. They herded fish into nets, retrieved tackle, and worked as couriers, delivering messages to other ships or back to shore. Nikki is training for a competition where she'll put her ancestral skills into practice. If she can stay focused and overcome her fear of other dogs, she'll have a chance at winning another title at her competition tomorrow. Nikki's owner, Deborah Lee Miller-Riley, gives her a workout in the water twice a week.
The practice that we were doing today was reinforcing her go-out behavior. She takes a buoy ball from me, and she has to swim across the length of the test site, past a marker, and then I ask her to drop the buoy ball and then return back to me.
Nikki is now 6. When she was just 8 weeks old, she was attacked by 3 German shepherds. The experience has left her afraid of other dogs.
She came running down the beach, this tiny little fur ball that looked much like a rabbit, and the shepherd saw that as prey and went right for her. She crouched into a little puddle and screamed bloody murder, and they still grabbed her and shook her violently until all of us could get to her. Her little body was just rigid with fear. It was a very traumatic incident for that little girl.
Deborah Lee works with Nikki so she won't be afraid of her competitors. She enlists the help of her colleagues from the police department.
So right now we're just reinforcing her for allowing dogs to come closer, and she gets rewarded when she ignores the other dog coming toward her.
She set up a trial encounter with Khan, a German Shepherd police dog.
Good, yes!
Nikki's made great progress.
This is just where I wanted her, was to be able to stay focused and calm on me without being worried about what the other dog is going to do. Good girl!
Nikki seems more at ease around other dogs, but her behavior is still unpredictable.
This is her stress response of trying to move away from it.
Deborah Lee trains with Nikki to build her confidence so she won't get spooked at tomorrow's competition.
I have worked with a behavior modification program that encourages her to show courage and to show calm behavior in the presence of things that might be provoking to her.
Nikki may still be scared of dogs, but she has no qualms about shoplifting in her favorite store. But this cop's dog can't shoplift and get away with it.
Okay.
Like many elite athletes, Nikki gets regular massages. Massage therapist Lynn Vaughn helps Nikki get over a recent knee injury.
Because she's going to be so active tomorrow for the competition, we just want to get rid of as much tension as we can before the competition.
Nikki's coat is trimmed all over for maximum mobility in the water. Traditionally, Portuguese water dogs' hind legs are shorn to prevent drag as they swim. This traditional lion's cut was to protect their vital organs from cold water. Nikki doesn't just love the water, she adores fishing too. She and her mother fish together.
She is fascinated with the little fishies that are under the water. It's part of her prey drive instincts. It's been my scourge because in the courier exercises that she's going to be doing tomorrow, she has to go into shore from the boat and takes a line and brings the line back out to the boat. And the last couple years, a few times I had trouble because she would stop to go fishing.
At tomorrow's water trial, Nikki will have to resist the urge to fish. Deborah Lee doesn't just practice with Nikki in the water. They train on land too.
Nick, drop. Drop it. Good girl.
She's been having trouble with the reverse retrieve. She has to go out with a buoy and wait for the command to drop it.
Keep going. Pick it up.
Nikki drops it before the command. She needs more practice. It's competition day. There are 5 other Portuguese water dogs and their owners competing in this ultra-specialized trial.
They're very playful with one another.
So far, so good. Nikki is keeping her cool around the other dogs. Charles White explains the origin of the 5 demanding exercises.
The foundation of this whole competition deals with the history in Portugal with the dogs working off the boats.
With radio communication, fishing boats stopped using Portuguese water dogs like Nikki. Now water trials are the only way to see the dogs exercise their unique abilities. And Nikki's trial begins. The first exercise is the message delivery. And she's got it. No problem retrieving the float line from shore. Next, she retrieves a buoy and a fishing net. It's going well. Now it's time for the retrieval Nikki was having trouble with. Nikki has to take a buoy far out in the water and drop it on command. The exercise goes counter to a retriever's instinct to bring something back. Will Nikki succeed? Seems the fish down below are tempting her.
Let's go.
Nikki manages to ignore the fish and sets out with the buoy, awaiting Deborah Lee's command. In the excitement of the moment, Deborah Lee cheers Nikki on. She urges her to drop the buoy. But Nikki has already dropped it. Confused, Nikki picks it back up instead of leaving it in the water. In the reverse retrieve exercise, picking up the buoy is a fatal error. Nikki's error wasn't due to nerves or distraction. She was just trying to follow Deborah Lee's commands.
She was so close. I didn't see her drop the buoy ball, and I gave her directions to pick it back up. And she was dead set on doing what I asked her to do, was pick it back up. And once she did that, it's a disqualification. I'm real pleased the way she's working. This is a success because here was a dog that was forgotten and lost because she had what appeared to be a nervous breakdown, and she came back to us, and she's a functional dog, and she enjoys her work, and I can't ask for anything more from her. She's been a real blessing to me. Well, we strive for progress, not perfection. We'll try again, huh? Whole history of trying, this little girl.
Rodeo fans come from miles around to see cowboys risk their lives.
2-round event. In all the timed events, we've got 2 rounds at the Strathmore Heritage.
And rodeo clown Bert Davis keeps them entertained between acts. Bert's comic dog acts have won him a huge following. 5 dogs perform in the Muttley Crew.
Angela.
But Bert's most popular act is called The Garbage Man's Nightmare, which he performs with his star dog, Kelsey.
A rodeo announcer from the States told me, you know, once in a lifetime an act comes around that grabs everybody's heart. And he goes, son, you got it right now.
After 25 years as a truck driver, Bert quit to pursue his rodeo passion full-time. He's hoping to win the National Pro Rodeo Specialty Comedy Act of the Year. But first, he has to be nominated.
California skiing.
Tomorrow, some members of the nominating committee will be checking out the acts. Every morning, Bert takes his dogs somewhere where they can run and play. His son Cody is touring with him this summer. All of Bert's dogs were rescued from shelters. He loves them all, of course, but he's especially close to Kelsey.
She's the biggest show dog that there is. I can do anything with her.
9-year-old Kelsey is an Australian Shepherd, or Aussie. Aussies are actually an American breed developed from dogs that arrived in the U.S. in the late 1800s with boatloads of Australian sheep.
Okay, hey,
These intelligent, high-energy dogs are distinguished by their natural bobtails, colorful coats, and their eyes, which are often different colors. Tomorrow, Kelsey will perform her solo act with Bert.
Benji.
But fame has gone to her head. Kelsey's a bad sport when she has to share the spotlight.
She's not jumping right, Dad. Kelsey.
Kelsey is not paying attention. She's looking in the background because she's not the star of the show and she wants all the attention. And she's saying, let's hurry up and get the Mötley Crüe done and then I can go get psyched up for my garbage can act.
Wilma, up!
Kelsey's diva-like behavior pulls the audience's attention from the other dogs during the group act. Bert and Cody are working to reform her.
Benji. And we've been teaching Kelsey during our practice routines early in the morning or after the shows to try to correct her to turn around and face the crowd. Kelsey, turn around. Come on, turn around. Kelsey, turn around. She is such a diva. Kelsey, turn around. Come on, turn around. Kelsey, turn around. Good girl.
Today, Bert and the dogs are slated to entertain at the Strathmore Rodeo in Alberta. But days of heavy rain have turned the arena into a thick, muddy soup. The extreme conditions mean that several performers have to pull their acts. Bert cancels the Mötley Crüe because the dogs won't be able to lie down or roll a barrel in mud. Bert doesn't think the mud will be a problem for Kelsey. He needs to get the best out of his diva, or he'll lose the chance to showcase Kelsey's act for the nominating committee.
I'm not looking forward to it, but she'll get me really muddy. The muddier the better, she'll like it because she'll come out the winner on this act. Kelsey, come on. Come on. Good girl.
Kelsey and Bert don't want to let their fans down.
6 and 9, and things look clean down there in the field. 6.9.
Kelsey may actually have rodeo in her blood. In the 1950s and 60s, 3 well-known Aussies performed at rodeos all over North America and also starred in 2 Walt Disney films.
What's so really amazing with her and her attitude, she knows. She really knows the crowd, and if there's nobody in the crowd or they're not paying attention, she just goes through the motions. But if there's a lot of people and it's an important show, she hams it up. She's the biggest ham bone I got.
It's showtime!
From the camera again, please. We need those cards to...
It works well. Indeed, it does.
Whoa! Ladies and gentlemen, I think it's something, this maintenance man is coming out here. Somebody fell down in the arena, and he's going to clean all this up.
I really appreciate that. Nice to see that somebody is happy in his work.
This is really something. We're going to see it again.
For a dog being 9 years old, people say, oh, she's old and everything, but I think she's got 4, 5, 6 years more into her. She loves her garbage can dog act, and I think she's here for a while.
Bert won't know for months if he'll be nominated for Best Specialty Comedy Act, but he thinks the mud made today's act even funnier, and the fans weren't disappointed.
I really enjoy watching that act in particular. It's fun to watch the two work together, and the one-upmanship of the dog over Bert, that shows his love for his dog because he'll let the dog steal the show.
This was the opening act of the Wrangler National Finals in the year 2000. Well, ladies and gentlemen, you can see that there is a great companionship and a love that has developed between Bert Davis and Kelsey. You see, Kelsey was a dog nobody wanted, an abandoned pet. Ladies and gentlemen, it just shows you that a little love can go a long way.
She is the greatest dog I've ever seen.
In Rotterdam, Holland, the police canine unit has trained dogs for highly specialized scent detection work. Aaron, a 3-year-old Belgian Malinois, has been with the unit for just 6 months, but he's already a star pupil. He'll be tested later today. At a crime scene, criminals often leave forensic evidence. A scent identification dog can match the evidence to a suspect by scent. The Rotterdam dogs have a success rate of 70%. Chief Inspector Margriet Renders is head of the department.
What we have here is a scent or odor archive. And all these jars are actually samples of scent from scenes of the crimes. So as soon as we have a suspect into custody, what we do is we make a match with the scent of the person we have in custody with these, well, crime scene cloth we have right here. And that's what the dog is doing for us.
Humans can detect scent in a few parts per million. Dogs like Aaron can detect scent in a few parts per trillion. That's 1,000,000 times better than a human. Even when a sample is over a year old, a good scent detection dog will still recognize the criminal.
The best thing about these dogs is you can't teach them to lie. And if you have a computer, you can tell a computer to lie. And if you have high-tech equipment, that could fail. These dogs can only say, okay, in the lineup there's the same scent or there isn't. That's the only thing they can do. They can't lie. It's a very nice way to say to a criminal, you can tell me a lot of stories, but you have been there. You were in that chair, you were in that car, you held that steering wheel, you held that weapon, because the dog is telling me you did.
Aaron's test is identical to a real crime suspect lineup, except that today, all 7 volunteers are policemen. Each volunteer is given a jar containing 2 sterilized metal pipes. They hold the pipes for 5 minutes so they take on their scent. One person, X, is designated as the suspect. Person X also puts his scent on a lighter, which serves as forensic evidence. After 5 minutes, it will be Aaron's test to pick out the suspect from the 7 choices.
What makes Aaron very special to us is that normally these dogs train for about a year before they understand the game. Now, Aaron did marvelously, splendidly, so fast that we did it in 6 months rather than a year.
Yes.
Originally used for herding in Belgium, today the Belgian Malinois make excellent police dogs. Aaron resembles a German Shepherd, but is smaller with a more refined head and smaller triangular ears. This high-energy breed needs a lot of exercise, so Aaron's handler, Henk Skipper, works him daily on an obstacle course.
Vooruit. Juist, kereltjes, netjes.
For today's test, Aaron must identify our suspect X's scent on the pipes.
In order to make this legally binding in court, we have to follow a very strict procedure.
Nothing must influence Aaron. The placement of the pipes is determined by a roll of the dice. A roll of 2 and 4 means that lineup 24 will dictate the positions of the suspect's pipes. The suspect's pipes are in positions 3 and 5. The pipes are now locked into place. First, Aaron must pick up the scent of the suspect on the lighter. Now Aaron must identify the pipes that match the scent. Aaron doesn't hesitate and finds the correct metal pipe. Then, in lineup number 2, again without hesitation, Aaron finds the suspect's scent in the second lineup.
Aaron's future is going to be bright. He is a real great scent identification dog. Yeah, he's a really world-class dog.
Aaron passed his final exam and now works with Margriet's canine unit.